And the game which everyone was waiting for, the most anticipated Club World Cup game. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, when the draw was made, let's be real, when the group stage was made, I think everyone expected Paris Saint-Germain to top the group and Madrid to top the group, and both of them to face each other in the semi-finals. And here you have it. You got what you wanted, man. FIFA, you got what you wanted. America, the States, Donald Trump, you know what I mean? You got what you wanted, Ak. You exactly wanted this, and you got it. You got it. The best team in the world against the second best team in the world so far in the Club World Cup. You know what I mean? Fluminense is unbeaten as well. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about the matchups. Let's talk about players playing, coming back from injury, players who are suspended, how Madrid will line up, and so many other things. Before we start, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and of course, comment your own thoughts about the game. Listen, Paris Saint-Germain, the Club World Cup so far has been pretty interesting. Atleti, they dominated Atleti. They absolutely donked on Simeone 4 times, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Botafogo, which a surprise result, a surprise loss. But I think Enrique underestimated the team itself, because if you have a look, Hernandez, who's not a starter, Beraldo is not a starter, Mayulu is not a starter, Zay Emery is not a starter, Gonzalo Ramos is not a starter. Yes, you still expect them to win with Kivicha and Due and Vitinha. But, like I said, I think Enrique underestimated the Brazilian team. And then, of course, back to square one, back to normal against Seattle, scored 4 goals in the first half against Messi. And, of course, the Bayern game. They scored with 11 players, and they scored with 9 players. It doesn't matter how many players they have on the pitch. It doesn't matter how many red cards they have. They still play the way they want to play. And as for Real Madrid, the way their Club World Cup has been so far, unbeaten so far. Al Hilal, we should have lost that game, let's be real. But Pachuca, same way PSG beat Bayern with 2 man less. Real Madrid, with a man less against Pachuca, they played Xabi Alonso ball. That was the first time we got to see an actual version of Xabi Alonso ball, and it was good. It was fun. 3-1 against Pachuca. Salzburg was our best display so far of the season. Juve, it was calm, convincing, quiet, 1-0. We basically had to win that game, and we did. And then Dortmund, first game, first half was beautiful. It was exceptional. The second half, though,
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
I don't want to be in big trouble. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, chat. I don't want to talk about it. But this leads us to this game. Real Madrid have got 4 players out. Alaba, Kama, Endrick, and Ferland Mendy. There is one more person which will be missing, and there is another person which will be missing for Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Dembele is now back for PSG. But both teams will have 3 players out with a suspension. For PSG, there is 2 of the defensive options. One of them being, he was never going to start anyway, in Lucas Hernandez. And the second person is Pacho. Pacho will be out against Real Madrid. The best centre-back. And that's the key word to bear in mind here. Their best centre-back. Not their best defender, the best centre-back. The most reliable, most consistent centre-back. Real Madrid, our best defender will be out so far in the Club World Cup. Our most consistent and most reliable defender in the Club World Cup will not be playing in Dean Huijsen. So Real Madrid now has to play and has to shape up without Dean Huijsen. For Paris Saint-Germain, the starting 11 is pretty much expected, and that is same 10 players as usual, and of course Beraldo coming in for Pacho, and that's it. Hakimi, Mendes, Marquinhos, Donnarumma, the 3 midfield in Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz, and of course up front in Kivicha, Due, and of course up front Dembele is now back with an injury. He came back, played his first game against Bayern and scored against Bayern. For Real Madrid, there's so many question marks. The question marks with the back line, the question mark with the midfield, and the question marks up front. Which striker is going to be playing? Is it Gonzalo or Mbappe? This is going to be, I'm predicting what's going to happen. This is not my starting 11. I'm basically giving you, the game is 2 days away. I haven't seen any sort of predicted whatever. This is what I think is going to happen. And most of the time, I'm right. Come on, baby. The only position that we all know about is Thibaut Courtois. I think he will be playing 100%. The fullbacks, I'm going to be so real. Is what's going on here, bruv? The fullbacks is expected as well. I think everyone knows that this. I'll talk about matchups. I'll talk about the matchups and what to expect once I finish this. But the fullbacks are pretty much expected and predicted in Trent Alexander-Arnold and, of course, Fran Garcia. Now it leaves us with 2 centre-backs. Usually, you would think it's going to be Rudiger and Raul. 2 players who played last season with each other. However, both Raul and Rudiger has had disadvantages of their own. Rudiger hasn't been good. The past 3 games has not been good, Ak. Not been good. Especially against Juve, I wasn't impressed. And Dortmund, I wasn't impressed either. Raul, his Club World Cup campaign hasn't been good as well. Hasn't been good. Against Al Hilal, stupid penalty to give away. And against Pachuca, got sent off within literally 3-4 minutes of action. Stupid as well. So both of them hasn't had best and good moments so far in the Club World Cup. However, I still expect somehow both of them to start because there isn't a lot of defensive options that we have. And also, Camavinga is not playing. If Camavinga was healthy, I reckon Camavinga would have played here and Tchouaméni would have played one of the 2 centre-backs. And I think Alonso would have sacrificed either Rudiger or Asenio and played Tchouaméni. He values Tchouaméni. He's come out and said he's a hybrid. If I've got enough options at the back line, Tchouaméni is a guaranteed start in the midfield. If I don't have any options in the back line, then Tchouaméni will play in the back line. But now I do think we have enough options, and I do think it will be this. What's going on here? Raul, and of course, Rudiger. If I had to pick one person to start in terms of both of them, let's say for argument's sake, Tchouaméni plays in the midfield. Sorry, Tchouaméni plays at the back to partner someone. I would pick Raul. I'll pick Raul just because of his speed. Raul's speed will be massive and will be crucial against Paris Saint-Germain, especially the front trio which they have in the likes of Kivicha, the likes of Doué, and the likes of Dembele, who are 3 quick players. We need Raul's pace. Rudiger is getting to the age where he's getting slower. He's getting slower. The midfield, I expect to be Tchouaméni. What's going on, bruv? Tchouaméni. And, of course, Mr. Arda Güler. And then the rest is, again, expected. Vinny will play 100%. Jude will play 100%. Fede will play 100%. I'll change it up a little bit. And then up front is the decision. Are you playing Are you playing someone who is currently the top scorer of the Club World Cup in Gonzalo Garcia? Or are you starting someone against his former team? He's now back from injury. He's had 2 games off the bench. His rhythm is back. His fitness levels is back. His match sharpness is back in Kylian Mbappe. I genuinely think it will be Mbappe. I don't see Gonzalo Garcia starting this game. I would love to see Gonzalo Garcia start this game. I would love to see both of them play. I'm going to be so real. I would love to see both of them play. I would love to have both Mbappe and Gonzalo play in this game. I would love to see Tchouaméni here and then play 5 and then here. Just do something. But I don't think that will happen. I genuinely don't think it will happen. And I don't think this will happen as well. I think the way we're going to play is this. This is how I expect Real Madrid to play against Paris Saint-Germain. 3 at the back. I think we'll go back to the 3 at the back. I think we'll have the 2 wing backs in Fran Garcia and Trent. Of course, Fede and Arda. And up front, it will be Vinny, Jude, and Kylian Mbappe. I expect Real Madrid to line up with this 11. Exactly this 11. The matchups is going to be so crucial because the first matchup that we have is on the left-hand side, and that is Kivicha against both Trent and Raul Asenio. Trent is going to have an important role. To be fair, it's even Nuno Mendes as well, because Nuno Mendes loves to attack. So it's Nuno Mendes and Kivicha against Raul and Trent. That's why I'm saying to you that Raul is important to play here, because not only is he going to cover and he's going to help Trent to defend Kivicha, he also needs to defend through the middle in Dembele as well. And the left matchup is, of course, Doué and Hakimi against both Fran Garcia and Rudiger. Doué and Fran Garcia, I'm being so real. Fran Garcia has surprised me. Fran Garcia is playing at a level which I haven't seen him so far at Real Madrid over the past 2 years. He's playing at a top level so far. And he is surprising me massively. His level is a surprise to me. And that is good to see. Good to see. So I'm actually looking forward to the matchup against Doué. I think the game against Bayern, I don't think Doué has had the best of games, but he's a match winner. He's a match winner. Just because he's quiet for 50, 60, 70, 80 minutes, he's still going to score. And he provided a great goal. Scored the first goal, great finish. Great finish. So I still expect him, even though if Fran Garcia's got him for 50, 60, 70 minutes, I still expect Doué to do something. That's why Fran Garcia needs to be zoned in and needs to be locked in for full 90 minutes. And specifically Rudiger. Because Rudiger, positioning-wise this season in the Club World Cup, and to be fair, this whole season, hasn't been good. And he's been very lazy and sloppy with some decision. Like the game, like the first goal against Dortmund, his bad clearance led to the goal. He needs to be locked in. And this game, we need him to be locked in. Tchouameni is going to have an important role against Dembele, because Dembele, as we know, he loves in this new role, loves to roam around and making the runs in behind the defense, and he also loves to drop deep to collect the pass. Tchouameni shouldn't expect him to play as a false 9 throughout the game. One thing that PSG do very, very well, which I'm very jealous of, which I hope Xabi Alonso will implement in the next couple games, next couple weeks, next couple months, is the fact that all the 3 striking options, let me just show you, all these 3 players, they love to roam around. One day we'll see Kivicha as a left winger and right winger as a false 9. Dembele will play as a false 9 and right winger. Doué will play on the left and on the right. They love to rotate and roam around, which is what makes it difficult to defend against. Because all 3 of them have to be locked in and concentrated, because they shouldn't be expecting, all right, I'm going to be man marking him, or I'm going to be zone marking him. No, it's going to be literally, all right, he's your man. Wait, he's now my man. Wait, run, cover. They have to be communication. This game, all 3 of these players, massive communication. And crazily enough, 3 of them haven't played together. This is the first time they play as a collective. They've played, of course, with Carlo. Of course, Tchouameni is a midfielder. But this is the first time where 3 of them have to play in the back line. I expect Xabi Alonso to play 3 at the back, because he needs to handle the pace and he needs to handle the firepower which Paris Saint-Germain provides. Because not only are they good with the 3 men up front, they are the best team in the world with the midfield in Vitinha, Ruben Neves, and Fabian Ruiz. Specifically, this man right here. Vitinha is so massive in the build-up. So massive in the build-up. Fabian Ruiz, he's going to be right there outside the box in the final third, waiting for a screamer, waiting for a layoff, and just to shoot it. While Neves is the dog, running around, box to box, winning. Trying to win duels, trying to win the ball, but technically as secure as ever. But this guy is the cheat code. And this is why Fede's role is going to be important. But not only Fede, Jude and Vinny needs to be important. The press needs to be working as a collective. We can't be lazy. We can't give them the ball. We did against Dortmund. We did against Juve. We gave Juve a lot of the ball. A lot, especially in the first half. Go back and watch the game. We didn't press Juve because we knew Juve don't have the X factors only when the ball gets to Yildiz, and this is when he's going to make a difference. With Paris Saint-Germain, they've got X factors all over the pitch, bro. Dure, Dembele, Kivicha. But those three midfielders, they can make a pass out of nowhere. Juve never had that luxury in Locatelli and Thuram. They can't pick up a pass. They can't make that line-breaking pass, ball over the top. They can do it, but not to a high level. This man and this man right here can do it. So that's why these two needs to press at all cost. But I'm looking at Kylian Mbappe. This is why I want Mbappe to start. Because of the fact, storyline. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense for you to start against your former team. One, because they won the Champions League without you. They won the treble without you. They won everything, you won nothing. And you left them. Left them on dry. It's not good. Secondly, so far, you haven't started a single game. The bicycle, the overhead kick against Dortmund gave me the idea that he's going to start. And also the fact that Gonzalo Garcia started pretty much 85th minute and then was taken out. I think if Gonzalo Garcia was going to be starting this game, Mbappe would have come on for Gonzalo Garcia and not Vinny. That means Gonzalo Garcia would have been rested a little bit. But he came on for Vinny. Vinny went out, Jude went out, Trent went out. Which makes it seem like all three players was rested and Mbappe's basically coming to play and start the game. And I think Gonzalo Garcia just started and played because he's not going to be playing next game. I would love to consider to start. Don't get me wrong. He scored 4 goals, 2 assists. He's been playing amazingly, especially defensively. He's been pressing. But we can expect that from a Gonzalo Garcia. Don't come out now and say that Mbappe needs to do the exact same as Gonzalo Garcia because they're two completely different players. I'm not going to expect Mbappe to be pressing at all cost. I want him to do it, and I expect him to do it, but I'm not going to expect him to do it for 90 minutes compared to Gonzalo Garcia, who's going to be doing it. Go back over the years, Ronaldo never defended massively. Benzema never did it massively. Like you've got players that's not going to defend at all costs at 90 minutes. But Mbappe, what he will give us is his pace because he's much lighter, much faster. His first control and his first touch feels like it's quicker compared to what we've seen him this whole season. And also because of the fact that Pacho is not going to be playing, that Beraldo and Marquinhos, let's be real, Marquinhos, I will never look at him as a reliable defender. I don't care if he captained PSG for a treble. I will always look at him at bozo moments. And Beraldo, he's not a starter. He's not a starter for them. Exploit him. You never exploited when Arsenal had literally Saliba and no Gabriel. Now, PSG, you've got Marquinhos, no Pacho. Exploit it. Take advantage of it. We're playing against the best team in the world. If we just fight, again, I know the standards is mad, but for me, context is important. Context is very important. If we had Dean Huijsen, I would have said right now we would have won the game. Voila. I would have been so confident that they would have won the game with Dean Huijsen. Without Dean Huijsen, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because not only is Dean Huijsen important defensively, in terms of positioning and everything, Dean Huijsen is massive on the ball and the way we build up from the back. Dean Huijsen is a cheat code. Like, not only is he a leader defensively, bro, on the ball, he's Toni Kroos. On the ball, he's a hybrid between a centre-back and a defensive midfielder. We can allow Dean Huijsen to carry the ball forward. Rudiger's not going to do that, and Raul's not going to do that. So that means we are now lacking progressing the ball from our back line. That's why the job of Arda, but massively, but most important, the job of Trent is going to be double what he's done so far. Like Trent Trent's role is going to be massive because I expect Trent to invert a lot in the midfield in this game. A lot in the midfield in this game. But at the same time, he's going against Kivicha where he can't afford to do that. So this is why not having Dean Huijsen is massive because we're lacking a lot. We're lacking someone that can do it comfortably and consistently, constantly as well. Like, at the moment, we don't. At the moment, Rudiger's not going to do it, and Rowe's not going to do it, and Tremaine can do it, but I don't think he will do it. So that's why, I don't know, man. That Dean Huijsen role, it's massive, man. It's massive. My genuine predictions, I think my heart is telling me one thing, my head is telling me another thing. My heart is telling me that we can win. My heart is telling me that I think we can win 2-1. My head is telling me, nah. The Dean Huijsen injury has ruined it for us. Sorry, the Dean Huijsen red card has ruined it for us. I think Paris Saint-Germain will win this game 3-1. That's my head. My heart, because I will always believe in this team, no matter what. Even with Carlo, I still said that we were going to be Arsenal and City and Liverpool, and Barca, and X, Y, and Z. Because my heart will always believe in this team. But my head is telling me, brother, chill. Brother, chill. Chill. You're not going to win this game. And I think, let's see. Put down in the comments what you guys think. Put down in the comments who you guys would want to start between Mbappe or Ramos, or if this is the 11 that you think will happen, and put down your prediction and who you think genuinely is going to win this game. I will be going an hour early before the game starts to talk about the actual lineup and what we're going to see. I'm going to go live at 7 p.m. UK time on Wednesday, so catch me there. The watch-along is going to go crazy. I know there's going to be a lot of hay watchers there. But as always, no matter what result, no matter what tournament, Hala Madrid, as always, baby.